By replacing me with Darren Sammy, West Indies has shown that Test cricket has lost its importance. Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's about SAE. Bless upon yourself and thank you all for tuning into this one. Some people, what I really want to share with you guys. Andre Coley was heard in a latest interview, guys, about 3 to 4 days ago, where he was, talking about him being sacked as the West Indies Test coach. As you know, the West Indies Test team hasn't really find it yet, in terms of winning momentum under Darren Sammy leadership, right? And a lot of people have a lot of speculation, a lot of opinions, a lot of everything they have to say negative, some have positive, to say about the team. People are always gonna draw back to things that the past coach has said and so forth. But people, if it's the first time on the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to be the first alerted whenever a new video is uploaded. So, Andre Coley, this wasn't just a coaching change, it was a message. Test cricket no longer the priority. West Indies, where are we heading? Right? So Andre Coley is basically speaking out that him being sacked from the West Indies as the head coach, or his contract was never renewed, was strictly or clearly a message sent. You understand? The people who are in charge of West Indies cricket seems as if they have lost their brain, or they don't know the direction in which they want to drive the team or lead the team. You understand? Because he thought he was doing a great job. The team wasn't really performing this bad like how they're doing now. At least they could draw a match and win one. But under Darren Sammy, they haven't really done anything special apart from drawing one test match, haven't win anyone. So people are starting to everybody are starting to draw their conclusion of this, are basically giving up on this West Indies test team. You understand? A lot of fans calling saying Coley should have been the head coach same way. Darren Sammy is trash. But a lot of people who, I don't want to say fans of Darren Sammy, are people who have been watching the game from a long time, will clearly understand that it's not the coach, it's the problem, it's the players, is the problem, not the coach. So you can change 100 coach, but if the players' technique and attitude towards the game is not there, then they're always going to be bound to fail. And that's what's happening to West Indies cricket. People are afraid to say it, but that's what's happening. Poor how should I say, poor concentration from the batters, poor technique. I think the grassroots need to be upgraded. That's where I think the best coaches need to head, to the grassroots level, like in the primary school, the high school, and those where talent are blossoming. You understand? Because that's where they have to start. They're not going to get the best out of these players who have become senior now, are big man. There's no change in them. There's no way for us to really guide them anymore. You understand? So I'm gonna run through some comments on people and let you hear what the fans are saying under this post. And if you're wondering where I'm getting this from, this is coming from the Hit Wicket, a reliable source that produce latest cricket information on Facebook. You understand? So big them up as well. They're doing a wonderful job, giving us content, and letting us share with the fans what's going on and what people are saying. If we have missed it, you understand? So that's a bonus. But let's run through some comment, guys, to really get you guys up to speed and what some fans are saying, right? Coley, right man for the job. This was the first comment from Mr. Stewart. Then Salman Christopher commented, could never understand why Coley was replaced. Had a nice victory in Australia. Also won a test and drew a series in Pakistan. So they're saying that he should never have been dropped as yet as coach. He should have continued with him. But as I said, my people, those who are in charge of the game, They are the one that make those decisions to really sack a coach or believe that the coach is not performing well, right? Because to be honest, I've seen some stupid change in West Indies cricket, from switching captain to coach, happening since I start fully investing in it. But they keep on making those simple mistakes, and that's ruin the team fortune or ruin the team momentum going forward. Vijay Raviv commented, "That is fact because Coley was starting to develop a very good team, a team that beat Australia in their home turf. So I agree." Another person comment, "Only when West Indies start playing 5 to 6 small island players in the 11, only then they will rise again to the top." So you can see these players, people. This person, Mr. Web Westbro, is from one of the smaller island in the region. You understand? But I don't think it have anything to do with who and who plays. It's just the players' mentality. No matter who came, they're not consistent with batting. They're not consistent with nothing at all. So that's where the problem lies. You understand? Try shift as the coach and Sir Courtly as the bowling coach. Good combination. They done fantastic for the Talawas team in the CPL. So I think Shanda Paul get a big coaching job recently. I'm not I'm trying to remember, guy, but I think Shanda Paul get a big coaching job recently. But let's continue the comment. Sammy was never ready. Will never be ready to be a coach in an international format. Ram commented, "Is Sammy the coach or the manager? Who calls the shot when playing needs a professional manager to who all answers?" I think what's the man name? There's a manager on the team, and Sammy is just the one that picked the side and so forth. Lincoln McNish commented, "It's not about priority or who want to play franchise game. The selector have a big downfall in West Indies cricket. We are not selecting the right players. We are only um we're the only nation have 3 different teams, which I find it odd. Back then, the same test team would play a one-day game. You might only find 1 or 2 changes. We need to allow these young players to do the same." All right, that was what Mr. McNish commented. Eric Lewis commented, "This doesn't sound like something Coley would say. Can you say when and where this was said?" I guess he's referring to the website. But my people, leave your honest thoughts down below, alright?